Well, the other big story of the day, coming home. Today, as you may know, is Veterans Day, and President Obama led the nation in honoring our men and women in uniform at the Tomb of the Unknowns in Arlington National Cemetery. Well, 22 million retired U.S. service members are now living civilian lives here at home. And with the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan winding down, that number is expected to grow another million by 2016. But many come home to find another enemy waiting for them: unemployment. 850,000 U.S. vets are looking for work right now. They fought for us, so now we must fight for them.
Recruit our veterans. If you're a business owner, hire them. If you're a community leader, a mayor, a pastor, a preacher, call on them to join your efforts. Organize your community to make a sustained difference in the life of a veteran.
Just yesterday, the Senate overwhelmingly passed a jobs bill aimed at getting America's bravest a place in the civilian workforce. It includes job training and career counseling for our veterans, as well as tax credits for employers who hire them. That is exactly what our next guest is encouraging companies like his to do: move vets' resumes to the top of their hiring list. Harley Lippman is CEO and founder of Genesis10. It's a technology consulting and staffing firm. He hired Iraq War veteran, retired third-class petty officer Richard Sanchez to help him launch a new program, helping other returning vets find a decent job. And Officer Sanchez, it must be fun to have a job where you help other veterans find jobs.
It's a wonderful job. It's an exhilarating feeling.
Walk us through, Harley, your goal. What are you doing? How could other people that maybe want to do something similar to what you're doing learn from what you're doing so that they could help do what you are doing?
Well, these
It's kind of a crazy question I just asked, but I think
it's perfect.
Sorry.
It's all right. These veterans are the ones who put their life on the line for us so that we can enjoy the benefits of what we get in this country. So I think we have an obligation to do everything possible to go out of our way and prioritize them and hire them in the workforce. So what we're doing is, when we look at resumes, we're trying to redline where we see that they have veterans experience and prioritize them and do everything possible so that we could help them get hired.
And so let's say, though, that somebody watching the show, or they'll read about this on the internet or whatever it may be, or other conversations like this, so I want to do that. What is the beginning process of somebody who's not a veteran, who wants to engage in a way that can really create a hive of activity around doing this?
Well, they have to focus on the resumes, reach out through many veterans organizations to contact veterans, and then you can't do it alone. We need to reach out to corporate America to be our partners so that they can help us hire these people. They make great employees.
We started to talk, Officer Sanchez, a little bit about the really incomprehensibly traumatic, for those who are not veterans, return from war, particularly in the context of accelerated communication, accelerated transportation. You can go 12, 24 hours from a war zone to a Walmart or to a mall somewhere. How important is having productive work for a veteran in making the transition back to civilian life?
It's very important that we get reintroduced to society. This helps us to be able to communicate with future employers and to deal with the new battles that we're going to do so at home. It can be unemployment or education.
And it would, if you were to look, and it's hard to know because obviously none of us were there, but if you were to look at America's history in treating its veterans coming home from World War I, even the veterans after the Civil War, coming home after World War II, and then more tragically, obviously, I think everybody knows that the way that the veterans coming home from Vietnam were treated was shameful. How is America doing this time around?
Terrible. If if I could say. No, they really are. They're not. They're forgetting these people. You know, basically they're going on as life as usual, and they have to remember that these people make great employees. They have discipline. They're goal-oriented. They focus on teamwork. They have management experience, leadership. They're selfless. So I think corporate America is missing out on wonderful employees.
You were going to say something.
Yes, absolutely. I think the public and companies need to be educated about these things, just like Harley says. At a recent event that I went to, there were about 100 veterans that I met, and only 2 were employed of all the veterans.
How much of our disengagement with the veterans is correlated to the incredibly small percentage of the American population that has been involved in these 2 wars, where I guess it's, 1% of the American population?
That's right.
That is asked to go back and go back again and go back again and go back again and go back again. And how much is our inadequate, grossly inadequate response to the veterans' needs in their return tied to the total lack of familiarity in the American population to the war itself?
Well, as you said, only 1% of Americans have been in the military. So to a large number of people, they're invisible, and that's the problem. So we really have to reach out. They're the best of us. They put their life on the line for us, and really make a concerted effort to prioritize them and make sure we help them in training and hire them.
Genesis10 is your business. If folks want to learn more about it, I'm presuming it's on the internet.
That's correct.
Are there other places I can steer people while we're out here in public talking about this?
There are other organizations, Wounded Warrior Project, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, Hire Our Heroes, and many other programs that they can reach out to seek employment, advice, or counseling.
Got it. And there's a couple of them, and we'll post those to the web as well. Thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Harley, for stepping in here and trying to make something happen where a lot of people in this country have not.
Well, thank you for having us.
All right. Harley Lippman, founder of Genesis10, an Iraq War veteran. Richard Sanchez, officer, thank you.
Thank you, Doug.
All right. We will be right back.